Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Chabot, and I am going to be your instructor for this summer 2023 course on University Physics 1 at the Rochester Institute of Technology. So welcome. I wanted to just make this short intro video to introduce everybody to me, to kind of the course layout, and then you're going to just hit the ground running and reach out with any questions you have. Very importantly, this is a fully asynchronous online course. So what that means is that there are no class meeting times, there are no set in-person office hours. Everything is fully asynchronous. And so there's going to be a lot of time management on your part that's going to be really necessary in order to keep up with all the work. I've tried to make it as clear as possible. I'm very accessible for these asynchronous questions and help. And so I believe you can do it, and you just need to reach out to help when you do have questions. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And first I want to talk a little bit about myself, my research, the overview of the course, and what you're about to learn. And then we'll dive into some of the details of the My Courses page that's important to look at. Okay, so let me go ahead, like I said, and I'll start sharing my screen. So a little bit about me, because even though this is an asynchronous course and you're not going to see me in person all the time, what you will see is that I am very accessible for help. You're going to be watching videos of me presenting the material. And so it's really, just best for us to get to know each other and for you to get to know a little bit about me. So I'm what they call an experimental condensed matter physicist. I studied materials such as magnetism. I did my undergraduate at Rice University in Texas, and then I did my graduate degree, my master's and my PhD in physics, University of Texas at Austin. And then I had various jobs after that and have been at RIT for about 8 years, and I'm very happy here. My research actually uses a lot of what you're going to learn in this class for some of the foundations of what it is I worked in a clean room and I made these super tiny little cantilevers that there's pictures of here on the screen that could detect really small forces and torques so that we could study individual magnets and things like this. And they're made out of single crystal silicon. So there's a lot of forces, there's a lot of torques, there's a lot of oscillations that are involved in all of these, all topics that we're going to talk about this semester. I'm also quite involved with physics education research, and so I've had a couple National Science Foundation grants that I've participated in regarding that, and I'm really passionate about making physics as accessible as possible to all different majors, and really kind of sharing my passion for the subject because I really do love it. I also do a lot of outreach with really young kids, kind of making sure that, again, the face of science isn't just the sort of typical view of just Einstein. I have two boys. I love the outdoors and art. That would be a little bit about me. About this course, so I have two quotes. I'm a corny person that likes quotes. And so I have two quotes I like to tell students at the start of this class. And one, and they are the typical Einstein, scientists. They're both from him. And the first one is about what we're going to do in this course, which is the most incomprehensible thing about the universe is that it is comprehensible. And that's what we're going to learn. We're going to learn the 1700s. We're going to learn the fundamental laws of motion. We're going to learn how to describe motion. We're going to learn Newton's laws, conservation of energy, conservation of momentum, fundamental laws that we really have figured out. But we figured it out by just observing, by just this human endeavor of science. And the fact that we figured out like the rules of the game is really phenomena, and it really, can be mind-blowing if you think about the human endeavor of figuring out the rules of the game. The second quote, though, is more about the field of physics. And this is true for all of your fields. A lot of times you take a course and it gives you the basics, the building blocks, the things people have already figured out. But people in that field aren't sitting there just restudying it, throwing a ball and seeing where it lands. They're really exploring the unknown. And so what a physicist actually does, again, quote from Einstein, we still do not know 1,000th of 1% of what nature has revealed to us. And so that's what, the field of physics does. That's what we explore on the outskirts. But to get there, you have these building blocks. And these building blocks overlap into things like engineering, which is why you're very likely taking this course right now. Okay, so that's just a little spiel at the beginning to kind of set the tone for the semester and get to know me a little so that you feel as comfortable as possible reaching out. I'm going to share my screen again, but now we are going to look at the My Courses page. You are going to be putting a lot of eyes on this page throughout the entire semester. So this is it. This is the course. This is the online asynchronous course. I have tried to make it as easy as possible to navigate. I know it can be overwhelming. So I want you to reach out with me. If there's anything I could be providing that would be more helpful, please do. In terms of contact and how to reach out, one of the first things that you're going to do when you start navigating this course is you are going to create or DM me on Discord. So I have a Discord server for the class. You're going to DM me specifically on that. I'm going to reply. We're going to have that communication set up. That's where you can take a picture of your work and send it and be like, I'm stuck. And then I'll get you unstuck. That's all the places that you're going to ask all these questions. There's also the general channels where you can ask questions and then your peers in the class can also answer. And so that Discord channel is the main area of communication for that one-on-one or that group communication. And any announcements I make in my courses, I will email, I will post on my courses, and I'll post on Discord. So you won't miss announcements. But in terms of, you have a question for me, then I do use Discord. It's so that I can prioritize the class and student questions above my regular RAT work email so that I have separate notifications set up just for anything. The only thing I use Discord for is, it's not like I use it for gaming or anything like that. The only thing I use Discord for is for this class. And so I have notifications set up. I see them right away. I can respond right away. So it's just a way for me to prioritize that. And I know that that's also something that makes it a little bit easier to upload a picture, have a continuous conversation as well. Okay, so here's the page. You could maybe have potentially gotten to this video by going to the Start Here link, or maybe you went to week 1. I kind of have everything interlinked, so you can't miss important stuff. So if we just go to week 1, these weekly guides, that's going to be the thing that you're going to work through. And so here's this is this introductory video that is right there. And then what you're going to do is we're going to do the welcome to UP1 page and a scavenger hunt, a day 1 scavenger hunt. So if I go to this welcome to UP1 page, then it kind of just tells you some of the basics. You can read through that. And then we get to this day 1 scavenger hunt. And this is the stuff that you need to do to make sure that you are on task for the beginning of the course. I have watching the introductory video. That's what I would be. I'm making it now, so the link's not yet posted. The intro survey, making a Discord, DMing me in Discord, and posting something just to get the general channel going. Make sure it's appropriate, but we're just going to kind of try to have some interaction, even though we're asynchronous. We do use an online homework system. This gives you instructions about that. We have labs. It is a lab course, even though it's online asynchronous. It's about motion. And if you literally think of a video, that's a video is position versus position as a function of time of motion. So you actually make measurements on videos. And there's software that we use to do that. So you'll make that account. Those are the only 2 costs, the homework and the pivot, the lab software. And then resources, print the course packet. You're going to look at the course outlines and deadlines, look at the syllabus, locate the weekly guides. I just showed you where they're at. And then we have to do two things. You have to upload a My Courses picture because it's asynchronous and they have to verify your identity. And then you have to complete this checklist verifying your identity. So, you know, it's a long list, but a lot of them are really straightforward and things you should be doing at the start of any semester. I will go to the course outlines and deadlines page. And I have a whole day by day. If you want to see what is happening on any given day, the entire semester, that's there. I'm not going to go through that right now, but this exists. So I'll click on it so that you can see it. And it is literally every single day, every single deadline for the entire semester. And then what I do want to focus on is the weekly deadlines, the kind of recurring things. I try to set some structure here. And I've, you know, there are a lot of deadlines in this course. That is purposeful. Physics is a high cognitive load field. It cannot be done sort of all at once in one day and then retain it in the way that's meaningful. So you have to spread it out. You know, if you're going to spend 10 hours, 5 2-hour times is way better than 1 10-hour time in terms of learning and what we know about learning. It also makes it manageable so that you can just keep up with every deadline. Every deadline is a reasonable ask, and you can get it done and stay on task and feel good about it. So in general, Mondays will be when we reserve for our periodic quizzes. There's a final exam. But besides that, there's not any one big giant exam that covers everything like a midterm. Instead, there's 7 quizzes spread throughout the semester that replace the typical kind of midterms that you might have had in your in-person courses. This I do also feel like makes it more manageable, little bite-sized chunks of quizzes, and you're not able to just kind of cascade and fall behind. When there are holidays on a Monday, then that quiz will be on Tuesdays. Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday are the big deadlines for video notes and check-ins. So you'll watch some videos, you'll upload video notes, you'll do some questions on those, these check-ins. The check-ins are not quizzes. You take them and then you'll get shown the questions you missed. You can take it again. You get shown the questions you missed and you take it again. So it's meant to reinforce your understanding of the material. You can reach out for questions for me while doing it. If you do it in advance of the deadline, you try it the day before, you have questions, I can help you. So that is not a quiz environment. It is just helping you understand the material and practice questions like questions that would be on the exams. And then on Wednesdays, you have labs. So Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday are like our big content deadlines. Wednesdays are lab days. And then Mondays will be your quiz days. And obviously those are just the deadlines. You can adjust this to see fit, but those are the firm deadlines. So if you're like, you know what, Sundays are never going to work for me, fine, do it on a Friday beforehand, right? You could do it on a Monday beforehand. You could literally if you wanted to sit down and get the entire course done in like 5 weeks, you could probably get through all 12 weeks of content in 5 full-time weeks. So it's all available. It's all there. The labs are done in groups. I'll talk more about that later when you get to your first lab deadline. But I will be forming groups in that intro survey based on your preference for how you like to work in groups and when. So that's to be continued. Okay, so then if I just go back to the home page, these weekly guides, if I click on one again, you'll see that on every single day, not just on that, here's all your deadlines, I actually have all your deadlines. I have the videos to watch and submit from the modules and what pages of the course packet to read. I have the check-in due, I have the problem sets due, and then I have some various time management tips. When you go to the next week, same thing. You'll have here, at the beginning of every week, I'll have a little quick announcement, not this long, this one's a long one, but like a little 3-4 minute, here's some things to look out for this week. Put the video announcements there, and then you'll have your deadlines. So this weekly guide will link to everything, what you need to be reading, what you need to be doing, what you need to be turning in. Everything is linked in these weekly guides. So hopefully that makes it easier for you. It is a lot. And I'm not going to lie about that because you need to know what you're getting into, but you can do it. It's a 15-week semester squished down into like 12 weeks. So it's not unmanageable the way that I've spread out the deadlines. It's only a little accelerated compared to the regular semester. You can, definitely do it. Definitely reach out to help. I do prioritize any notifications I get on Discord because I know that it's somebody from this class asking me a question. Okay, so the deadlines are firm deadlines. If there's some huge emergency, something like that, reach out and we can discuss. But it is a self-paced course with these very firm deadlines to help keep you on track. And I'm here to help. So, okay, I am gonna sign off now. You're going to be seeing plenty of me in the videos. I hope everybody had a good spring semester and are looking forward to the summer. And welcome to the wonderful world of physics and the study of motion. All right, take care, everybody.